This is lesson 1-5B for Kurzweil 3000, the web-based version, in which you will annotate a document using BubbleNote. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is open up Google Chrome by clicking once on it. Here in the address bar, type kurzweil3000.com and then press the Enter key on your keyboard. Okay, so you're going to use your usual username password, and they all end with MPC unless it's been changed for the most part. The password that we all share is MPC12345, and then you click on the login button. Okay, so we're going to go over here on the left panel to the samples folder by clicking on this little triangle next to it to display what's inside of that folder. We're going to go to Passport Reading Journeys. Click once on that folder to populate this box here. We're going to open up It Takes a World to Make a Shoe. Go ahead and just click once on it. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is go to page 4. Let's see, so we are already on page 4 here. It says page 4 of 4 to 7. Just to make sure, I'm going to type in 4 right here in this box and say go. So indeed, we are on page 4. I'm going to scroll down to display the text. So the first thing you're going to do is read these first 2 paragraphs. The way you're going to do that is just put your cursor in the beginning there, and here's your read button. While it's reading, it becomes a pause button, so that you'll see that note that when I click it, it'll change to a different looking button, which can be used to pause. So this is how that works. I'm going to click on it.
Do you own a pair of sneakers? Are you wearing some now? Maybe you call them athletic shoes.
Okay, so that's how that works. You're going to read those first 2 paragraphs, and then you're going to go to open a BubbleNote. The way you do that is you go over to this icon. I just rest my cursor on it, and it says Notes, and you'll see it actually looks like a note. I click once on it to display the box of choices. We're going to add a BubbleNote. You don't see the words, but the icon is right over here. Looks like a bubble from a cartoon. If I just rest my cursor on it without clicking, you'll see it says Add BubbleNote. And then if I click once on it, this box opens up. It's kind of low here. I'm going to drag it up if I can. Oh, I know. I have to scroll down to display it. Okay. So this is the Add BubbleNote box. In this first blank here, what we're going to do is type a question. So let me see. I'm going to say, how many people does it take to make a sneaker? So this is kind of a good way to, if you've read the text and you want to test yourself on it, you can write a question and then answer it. So I know that this is answered in those first 2 paragraphs. And I put my answer in the second box, 120 people. Note that there are different question options over here. This is called no question. If I click on true false, there's also a true false, multiple choice, text answer. So when you have time, play around with these different formats to see what would be most helpful for you. Right now I'm just going to keep it on no question. Also I want you to note that down here is delete BubbleNote. So if you just want to get rid of the note that you created, you would just click once on that. So I've typed my question, my answer, and you would put whatever question you want there and whatever answer, just for practice. I'm going to come down over here to save. Okay, so now my question is right here. There's also one right here. I think this is supplied by the that comes already with the book. Anyway, so you'll notice too right here, if I say edit, if I click on that, I come right back to this in case I want to make some changes. but I don't. So let me just X that out. So I'm going to click on this little question mark.
How many people does it take to make a sneaker? 120 people.
Okay, so it's giving me the question and the answer right there. So if that's what I want, then that's perfect. But if you want to test yourself, you'll probably use one of the other formats where you just have the question and then you click to see what the answer is. But right now I'm just going to say OK. All right. The next thing you would do is save the document. The way you're going to do that is come right up here and say Save Document. Okay, and it says the document is saved. That's going to live in your Universal Library. Okay, say OK. And now I'm going to log out of Kurzweil right up here in the upper right hand corner by clicking on that log out. Then I'm just going to close the window by clicking on the X in the upper right hand corner.